So first of all, let me tell this. So I had a friend who worked. He was like a NYPD like sex crime cop.
Oh wow,
dude. He would say, dude. He said, first of all, he was like, as a tourist, when you go to like Rockefeller Center and you're wearing like like big jackets and stuff like that, he goes like every day, multiple times a day. When he was working there, I would have to walk up to a woman and take her out of the crowd with her family and let her know that a man ejaculated on the back of her jacket.
Shut the fuck
He said
up.
guys would just walk. Well, let's talk about my self-sabotage and how much I fucked my life.
Let's do it,
You want to know how I fucked up?
Please.
So I fucked up because we had this beautiful house in Staten Island where you're fucking welcome and everybody's welcome as long as you do one thing and one thing only, and that's have the American flag on your car. That's what it is. The toll for the bridge is $1. The toll for the bridge is $17.76.
Is that really what it is? 1776.
That's what it'll always be.
Yeah.
And so we lived on Staten Island, which is like, over a bridge, beautiful place. I had a great house at a 3.1% mortgage rate. So beautiful.
3.1.
Yeah, little.
What is it now? 7.5?
Oh, yeah.
Yuck.
So I said, I have a lot of peace. I have no chaos in my life. I have a low payment. I said, let's bring on the chaos. And I sold the house, and then I moved my family from a 5-bedroom house with an in-ground pool and gave them everything I ever wanted, and I moved them into a 2-bedroom apartment with roaches. And I swear to God.
Where are you now? You're in Brooklyn?
In Queens.
Oh, Queens.
And I said, you know what? This is going to be good. And then Jasmine was like, this is the stupidest thing we could have ever done. Why are we doing this? I was like, just trust me. We got this beautiful apartment, and we were going to, we were living in a temporary apartment that wound up having roaches, and then we were going into this other apartment. We were going to renovate it and all that stuff, and then that fell through. And now we're living in a rented house that's kind of like, a nice house, but it's like very old, and I'm paying more in rent than I was for my mortgage to have half the house with no pool.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Wait, but you sold the house? You sold the house fast because
so fast.
Yeah.
Like,
did you make any money?
Any of the money that I made went into
else.
the renovations, and everybody, like the guys from like the neighborhood in Staten Island, who like I see still, they were like, when we saw you sold that house for that price, we were like, what the f are you doing? And like one of the guys, he goes, let me ask you a question. Be honest. Your real estate agent was a woman? I said, yeah. He goes, that's why.
That's insane.
He goes, she just wanted the quick sale.
Because these women, they won't last.
He goes, you could have sold your house for 300 grand more.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And you're a stupid. And now the guy that's in there is a you know what.
Hey, do you self-sabotage, you think? Dude, there's a lot of fucking perverts out there.
Yeah.
I was in the mall.
That's such a fucking broad point. There's a lot of perverts out there.
Dude, I was in the mall. And some guy. So first of all, let me tell this. So I had a friend who worked. He was like a NYPD like sex crime cop.
Oh wow.
Dude, he would say, he said, first of all, he was like, as a tourist, when you go to like Rockefeller Center and you're wearing like like big jackets and stuff like that, he goes like every day, multiple times a day. When he was working there, I would have to walk up to a woman and take her out of the crowd with her family and let her know that a man ejaculated on the back of her jacket.
Shut the fuck
He said guys
up.
would just walk around and jerk off on the back of women's jackets.
That is awful. It's so funny because it's insane.
Yeah. And then
people would just do that?
Do that. And then he was like, we'd have to catch them, arrest them.
Cum coats. Got to get the cum coats.
But he's like, but then, there's no like date. Like we can't do anything. Like it's a crime, but we would have to let the woman know. But sometimes he was like, I'd feel bad. I'm like letting these women know.
How would they catch the guy?
They would have teams. So they would like look for it. Because he said, you would look. He said, what happened? He was
the guy's like,
no, he said,
I know who this is.
Yeah. He said you would see a guy like in a big bubble jacket and you would know that you could tell like his arms weren't in his jacket, but he would put his arms in his pocket.
That is crazy.
But he's really just jerking off.
How can you jerk off to fully clothed people in traffic?
It's all there. It's all there like kind of forbidden thing. So they would do it.
That's fucking weirdo.
Then he said
shit,
he would have.
dude.
Then he would have this guy. He said they had this guy. They were watching him, whatever, and they were looking at him. I was like, this guy looks fucking weird. This is like in the summertime. They said, this guy looks like weird. He's a walker. He's got these big boots on. And they were like, and then they like, he's like, NYPD, like we're always kind of watching and like, we'll just track you. It was like, so I was tracking this guy through Times Square. And I'm like, what the fuck? He keeps like stopping at the intersection and then he like does something with his boots and he flicks these buttons and he like runs away. And we're like, what is he fucking doing? So they couldn't figure it out. So like, keep going, watch it. And they found out he had cameras on the tops of his shoes, and he would walk up to a girl up the skirt, and he would click it, and he had all these pictures. So he said, we found this guy, we nailed him.
Wow.
He had thousands of pictures of like women's vaginas, but he's like, but we can't match anything to the women.
All right, whose vagina is this?
Yeah, come claim your vagina. Then he said there was another guy who would run up and down 7th Avenue with like these little short booty shorts, and he would just finger his asshole all day and run up and down. He said every time they would arrest him, the guy, like they would go to arrest him, and he would pull his fingers out of his asshole and try to push them on the cops.
That's called doing the DeRosa. That's what that is.
The Joey D. And so he was like that guy, but he's like, I was like, guys like that you would arrest, would you just like laugh? He's like, we actually like would look forward to arrest him because he'd be hilarious in the back of the cop car.
Right,
he said, but he smelled like pure ass. Like his ass was open, like and spread and dirty. He was like, it was disgusting. He goes, and he would smear it on like, yeah, he was like, that's just
gross.
But he's like, well, we have to deal
That's what
with
they got to
it
deal with all the time. That's what cops have to
every
deal
day.
with all the time.
Every day.
Watching some guy run up 7th Ave fingering his
He's like,
butt.
so you think I'm not going to one day then all of a sudden shoot an unarmed citizen? Of course I am.
You know how much poop I've had? So I went and had a sub above.
Dude, I love Jersey Mike's, but I also love Quiznos. A lot of people don't talk about Quiznos enough. They toast the sub.
I like Quiznos, but I think I'm more of a Potbelly guy, which I don't know if you even have those.
They have them in New York, but I almost never go in.
Man, I love me a
Remember
good Potbelly.
Blimpies? Used
Rest
to
in peace.
love Blimpies.
You guys have Firehouse subs?
Yes, but not really. Like it's in Long Island, not in the city.
I know, but they donate. You know, all the money goes to firefighters, so you should do it.
Does it?
Something like that. It goes like a percentage of them goes to firefighters.
I love the firefighters.
Yeah,
I love the FDNY, the NYPD, the DSNY, the Port Authority Police. You all got my vote.
the Port Authority. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to be as a Port Authority.
Port
cop.
Authority cop. Yeah.
It's kind of easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just like
Stare at cars coming in and out.
cars, or like you're on this train or on the bus making
Does
sure.
anything really happen? Did they have to do anything ever?
I'm sure they do, but I don't know what they would have to do. I guess, yeah. I mean, well, they protect the tunnels, which they didn't do a good job in the synagogues.
Imagine there's a Port Authority guy. He's like, "You were on the tunnels." He's like, "I know. My apologies."
Hey, these fucking guys, they're slippery. These
Falling
fucking
asleep at
Jews.
the wheel. That would be the Port Authority guy.
Yeah, dude, they had. Did you see they had the camera on like the hole, and then a Jewish guy like came
out of the
and he
grates.
tried to like push the camera away, and he just ran away.
It was fucking dope. I liked that they rioted and shit. I thought that was
That
hilarious.
was fucking great. Have you ever been to like that part of Williamsburg? Like that?
Only once. Only once
It's
did I ever go.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, I went one time with a friend. We were going somewhere else. We were like walking Greenpoint, right?
Well, that where like the Williamsburg, like, you know, when you hear of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, you think like trendy, like, you know, cafe, and it is. But the part of Williamsburg that is where that synagogue was, like that the Hasidic Jews, is like I think it's like a 20-block radius. It is only Hasidic Jewish people, only Hasidic. And what will happen is you'll like in certain times of the day, like with traffic, if Hasidic Jewish people will just go out on and stand on the corner, and then other Hasidic Jewish cars, they don't know each other, will just stop and you get in their car. They all like do that, or like school buses like will stop and Hasidic Jewish people just get on and off the bus, but they just stand on the corner and wait to be picked up by other Hasidic Jewish people.
Where are they going? Somewhere
tunnels.
else. To the tunnels.
To the tunnels. I don't know where they're going, but it's a crazy part of Brooklyn that a lot of people don't ever see. That I used to drive through it for college or whatever, just being around New York. But it's like literally everywhere you look, there's nothing's even in English. Everything's in
And you can't
Hebrew.
be over and you couldn't
No.
rent a place there if you tried.
They would
Never let you in.
Never. And then all the apartments, because they have so many children, all the apartments have big cages on the
They
outside.
put their kids in cages?
Yeah, see, and you think it's just fucking, you think it's just down on the border, and no, they because people like kids, like so many instances of like kids on the balconies would like fall out and like die, so they're all enclosed.
Holy shit! They had
It's
that many
wild.
kids falling out of windows?
Yeah, because
I
they have
thought that
so
was
many
just
children.
Clapton.
They have so many. Yeah, I know.